So we're just trying to figure out who to call on Get Out the Vote to make sure that we're only calling people who have already agreed that they're going to vote for the Democrats. So when you call someone, you're trying to find out if they're planning to vote for Honorado, Callahan, and Sestack. And if they say, oh yes, definitely, then circle 1 for each one of those. That means they're definitely voting. We do not have to call them back again until Get Out the Vote. If they say, I haven't decided, those are the people that we're really looking for. And then you're going to say to them, what are your main issues? Are there any questions I can answer for you? And if mostly they'll just say, no, I'm just going to look it up on the internet or whatever. But if they have issues like healthcare, they're worried about that, you can tell them it's actually going to reduce the deficit and all those kind of things. If they say, I'm absolutely not, I'm voting for Republican, then just say, okay, thanks for your time, and then circle the 5s, and then we won't call them back on Get Out the Vote. So by the time Get Out the Vote comes, we're only calling people who have already said they're definitely voting Democrat, because we're going to take all the 3s and call them again next week and help them decide.
Right. And are you going to call the 1s again, or
the ones we will call on Get Out the Vote day? We will call to remind them. They will get one more call before it's all over.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
these are all registered Democrats and independents?
These are all registered Democrats and independents.
Okay.
But mostly, and a lot of them will say, like, it might say leaning, like it didn't vote in 2006, or it might say, it says sporadic supporter of Democrats, that kind of thing. So it gives you a little bit of vote history here, and it looks like we're down at this point to the ones that didn't vote. Almost all of them say didn't vote. We used to
and these are all Bethlehem numbers too? Okay.
People in Bethlehem who are registered Democrats and did not vote in 2006. This one did vote in 2006, so some of them did, some of them didn't.
Okay.
You're not calling any Republicans, although we have come across people who since then have said, no way, I'm so mad I voted for Obama, now I'm changing whatever, and don't even try to argue with them. Just be like, look it up, change the channel from Fox News and see if you can learn something.
Exactly.
Right, so basically we're just trying to find out, and I ask it all at once. In this script it says, are you voting for Callahan? Are you voting for Honorado? You wait for an answer for each. I just say, are you supporting our Democratic candidates?
Do you have anything to follow up with? If they have a specific question, I really don't know a lot about Honorado or Sestack, but I do Callahan.
Right.
Where can I lead them for information that I can't answer?
That's a good question. I think we have literature here that you can look for some quick answers. And then the other thing we'll do is we'll give you the phone numbers for the offices. All 3 of them have offices locally.
Okay, that's what I would like to see, because they may ask, what does Sestack stand on this issue or that issue, and I won't know.
Well, then in that case, if they want to, if they're computer literate, they can just go on their website, and every issue is listed, and they can click it right on there and see what their stance is on every issue.
Okay.
So, and even if you just type in Callahan or Sestack, you'll find their website.
Okay.
Their official website. That's the best place to look if they're computer literate. But a lot of people you're talking to, oh, I can't use a computer like that. So, yeah. But mostly, you can tell them that all the Democrats are supporting the Democratic agenda. They believe in, they're pro-choice. They believe in expanding the health care reform that we've already had. They believe, in regulating Wall Street, regulating credit card companies, all the things that Democrats are trying to do right now that we've already done, and we're trying to keep from being annihilated.
Right.
Yeah. So basically that's it. And then at the end of the day, when you're finished calling all together, then you do this tally sheet where you're with the name and the date, and you have to write down how many calls you actually made, even if no one was home, nobody answered, whatever. You also have to write down the number of people you actually spoke with, even if they just said, I refuse to tell you.
Okay.
Or even if they said, that person no longer lives here. If you actually talked to a real person, put that down. The number of people who committed to vote. That's anybody who said, I'm definitely voting, but I'm not decided, all the way up to, I'm voting for your candidates. So even if they said, as long as they said, I'm definitely voting, if they say I'm only voting Republican, then that doesn't count. But if they said I'm voting, but I haven't decided, all the way up to if they're Democratic, okay? And then you just turn that in at the end of the evening.
And they ask me, where are we voting? I assume.
Yes. Well, normally.
Are there polling places listed
right up here?
Okay.
At the very top of every sheet, it tells them exactly where people on this sheet should go to vote.
And only there.
Yes, that's the only place they can vote.
Okay, because I know I usually go to Farmersville Elementary.
Okay. Yeah, there's only one. You can only go to your assigned polling place to vote.
Okay.
You can't go anywhere else, because that's where they'll have your name.
Okay.
But at the top of every sheet, it tells where they vote. So if they say, I don't know where to go vote, just.
And that's the only option.
That's the only option for them.
Okay.
And it should be close to their house.
I have a good question for you. If you're registered independent, you can vote now?
Yes. You couldn't vote in the primaries, but you can vote in the general election.
Okay.
Anybody can vote for anybody.
Okay.
All right.
Very good.
All right. Thank you.
I got it.
It's going to be a piece of cake. Plus, let's show them when you come to phone calling party, you get a beautiful spread of delicious,
That's very nice of you.
delicious food to keep your strength up.
Can I make a monetary donation? I would really like to. I wanted to bring something, but my schedule was so frantic.
All right, good deal.
All right.
All right. So there's your list.
Okay, great.
And pens are over there. And you brought your own
Okay.
cell phone, so you can
Yes.
find a quiet little corner.
Okay.
And you did this in the Obama campaign.
Yes.
So
Yep.
piece of cake.
Very
And
good.
people are
Thank
usually
you.
pretty nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't be scared.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.